them who cheated. Oh no!
RUMI in the sky, Gino by your side, hearts forever fly, shining in the light. RUMI's beauty lights the stage, she dives into the water's rage. Gino's voice is loud and strong, cheering her name, her guiding song. Mira's tricks, a playful grin, Zoe's mischief joins right in. Sharks released into the pool, danger hides behind the rules. When RUMI's when the waves are wild, fear is chasing but love's beguiled. Gino sees he won't stand by, he jumps right in with fire in his eyes. Oh, oh, ooh. The shark comes close, the crowd can't breathe. Gino shields her, he won't leave. He pulls her up, she breathes again, but Mira steals the fleeting wind. Zoe laughs, they dance in pride, but truth is burning deep inside. Gino trains through sweat and pain, running fast through sun and rain. Fight, Gino, fight, your time will come. Stronger heart, you won't be undone. Every punch, each step, each run, you rise again, you are the one. The whistle blows, the race is near. Mira smiles but hides her fear, calling Zoe on the line. The referee sees the crime. Oh, oh, ooh. They dive together side by side, the water roars, the currents collide. Gino breaks the fear at last, Mira's shadow left in the past. Win, Gino, win, the crown is yours. RUMI's love, the open shores. Mira falls, her lies revealed. Justice shines, the scars are healed. Screens expose the cheating game. Mira, Zoe, bound in shame. ABS takes them far away. Love and truth have won the day. RUMI smiles, the crowd believes. In Gino's arms, her heart's at peace.
I have a surprise for you, RUMI.
Mommy, where are you?
I can buy anything I want now. This is my home. Now get out of here. You're under arrest now, Mira. Let me out!
Sunlight falls, the water glows. Gino laughs, the summer flows. Mira smiles, a shining face, but shadows hide in secret place. Down the stairs where whispers grow, pages turn, the secret show. Smoke and color start to rise, a jealous fire behind her eyes. Bubble, bubble, stir it slow, green and glowing, let it flow.
Help me save Rumi.
Jinu walked through the city as cameras flashed around him. At the corner, Rumi sat on the ground with torn clothes and tired eyes. She bit into a stale piece of bread, tears streaming down her cheeks. The luxury car stopped. Jinu got out. Their eyes met across the noisy street. Jinu sat down and gently wiped the dirt from her face. Then they both held hands and walked down the street. Hesitantly, Rumi followed him into a black car. The mansion gates opened wide as the car arrived. A maid greeted them at the grand entrance. Soon, Rumi wore elegant clothes and sat like a rich lady. She was excited to explore the house. One beautiful afternoon, Jinu walked towards Rumi. He gave her a bouquet of flowers. She happily accepted it. The maid prepared a warm bath for Rumi. Golden dishes and sweet desserts filled the table. Rumi smiled as she lounged like a queen. Jinu and Rumi decided to travel together for leisure. Their car sped along the highway under bright skies. Suddenly, screeching tires shattered the calm. The car swerved violently as chaos erupted. Jinu shielded Rumi with his body as the crash struck. Blood streamed down his face in the wreckage. In the hospital, the doctor delivered tragic news. Jinu had lost his sight forever. Rumi sat in silence, unable to accept. Days of frustration filled their home. Arguments between them grew sharper. Jinu stumbled, searching for a glass of water. He fell, the glass shattering on the floor. The maid rushed to lift him up. Her gentle hands became his only guide. One night, Rumi slipped out of the house. She stepped into the pulsing lights of a bar. A stranger's gaze locked onto her. It was ABS, with a sly smile. Rumi let herself be drawn into his charm. They laughed together under neon lights. Together, they stumbled out into the night. Rumi brought ABS back to the mansion. The maid froze as she witnessed them enter. Her heart ached, but she stayed silent. Later, she told Jinwoo the truth. Jinwoo's face remained calm, though his chest tightened. Alone, he decided to sell part of his fortune. The maid guided Jinwoo carefully through the quiet hall. She gently unwrapped the bandages and replaced them on his eyes. Jinwoo clenched his fists, waiting in silence. Days passed, his heart heavy with suspicion. RUMI returned with ABS by her side. Their laughter pierced through the mansion's silence. Jinwoo sat still, sensing betrayal in every sound. RUMI leaned in and kissed ABS recklessly. Suddenly, Jinwoo tore off the bandages. His eyes opened wide, blazing with fury. He pointed to the door, demanding they leave. ABS smirked, then pushed RUMI aside. He walked away, leaving her behind. RUMI ran after him in vain. Alone, she wandered the streets again. Her clothes turned ragged once more. She sat on the cold ground, holding out her hands. Passers-by ignored her, just like before. Meanwhile, the maid stayed by Jinwoo's side, her devotion finally noticed. Ian, RUMI and Jinwoo are childhood neighbors and best friends. Jinwoo often gives RUMI handmade toys. He picks flowers for RUMI on their way to school. Jinwoo bakes a cake for RUMI's birthday. As they grow up, Jinwoo often sings for RUMI. Jinwoo helps RUMI when she drops her books. On a busy street, a truck swerves dangerously. Jinwoo pushes RUMI out of the truck's path just in time. RUMI walks away coldly. Jinwoo tries antics at school to make RUMI smile. RUMI still shows a cold attitude. Jinwoo feels sad but won't give up. One afternoon, RUMI goes to the supermarket.
Oh no!
Two robbers burst in, causing panic. RUMI hides behind a shelf, calling the police. A robber spots her and approaches. Jinwoo appears and transforms into a muscular hero. He defeats the robbers effortlessly. Police arrive and arrest the robbers. Jinu's arm is bandaged. Rumi coldly leaves. Rumi walks away without a word. Jinu sits alone on a rooftop at sunset. He decides to stop pursuing Rumi. Days pass. Jinu disappears from Rumi's days. Rumi feels unexpectedly lonely. A swirling portal opens above town at night. The Demon King Gaima appears and kidnaps Jinu. Rumi witnesses it and rushes after them. Alone, she decides to save him. She seeks a mysterious witch in a misty forest hut. The witch grants Rumi a glowing wand. Rumi steps through a portal to another world. She arrives in a magical forest of giant mushrooms. Bioluminescent creatures watch her curiously. A massive monster blocks her path. Rumi fights bravely with the wand. The monster crumbles into dust. She finds Jinu's scarf snagged on a branch. A crystal cave shimmers ahead. Ancient runes point to a distant castle. She crosses a rickety bridge over a dark abyss. Lightning reveals Gaima's towering dark castle. Rumi sneaks in through a side gate. Glowing chains spring from magical traps. Guards swarm the corridor with spears. Rumi throws on an invisibility cloak and slips away. She hears Jinu's faint voice in a dungeon hall. Jinu is locked in a glowing magical cage. Tears well as Rumi reaches for him. Gaima materializes in a swirl of smoke. The throne room trembles as the duel begins. Rumi is thrown back against the wall. Jinu shouts encouragement from the cage. Rumi rises and spots the source of Gaima's power. She strikes and shatters the gem. Gaina dissolves into a storm of mist. The cage weakens. Rumi breaks it open. Jinnu is moved by Rumi's bravery. They open a portal to escape the collapsing castle. They land back in their familiar neighborhood at dawn. Rumi begins to show warmth to Jinnu. They bake together in a cozy kitchen. Jinnu smiled and proposed to Rumi. She nodded in agreement. Their neighborhood wedding is joyful and sweet. They open a small bakery and start a happy family. Rumi was a gentle and beautiful high school girl. She often sat at the back of the classroom, avoiding everyone's eyes. Myra and Zoe constantly bullied her, trying to embarrass her in front of everyone.
You're a freak.
One day in class, Rumi's shirt was stained, and the whole class burst out laughing. In the cafeteria, Myra and Zoe poured hot sauce onto her lunch tray.
Eat this.
Rumi sat quietly, her eyes red with cares, her hands trembling. Jinnu stepped forward and stood in front of Rumi.
Who did this?
He stopped Myra and Zoe, making the whole cafeteria go silent. Jinnu gently handed Rumi a tissue.
Are you all right?
It's okay.
She kept her head down, unable to meet his warm gaze.
This will never happen again.
From that day, Jinnu often walked with Rumi after school. They studied together in the quiet library. Rumi slowly felt that Jinnu was her safe place. Myra and Zoe no longer dared to bully when Jinnu was around.
Lucky for you, Rumi.
One afternoon, Rumi fed a stray cat by the schoolyard. Jinnu saw it, and something stirred in his heart.
She's so kind.
As time passed, they grew closer. They became a couple admired by many. On graduation day, they shone in their gowns. They stood side by side, holding hands tightly. After graduation, they began a new journey together. Rumi was accepted into a job in the city.
Wow!
Jinnu became an engineer at a construction company. They lived together in a small, cozy apartment. In the evenings, they cooked together and shared their dreams.
I wish we get married soon.
Are you sure?
One day, Jinu proposed to Rumi with a simple ring.
Choose the ring.
Will you marry me?
Rumi nodded with tears streaming down her cheeks.
I agree, Jinu.
The wedding was simple yet warm. Friends and family blessed the couple. Rumi wore her white dress, and Jinu held her hand tightly. Married life began with peaceful days.
Will you marry me?
They nurtured every little thing in life together. One morning, Rumi discovered she was pregnant.
My stomach hurts.
Tears of joy streamed down her cheeks.
We'll have a baby.
Jinu cared for Rumi through every meal and every sleep. He often placed his ear on her belly to hear the tiny heartbeat. Rumi felt safe with Jinu by her side. Days passed and Rumi's belly grew bigger.
Ready, I'm on the TV, the more verses, but my hundred degrees. Ready, I'm on the
Happiness glowed in
TV, the more
every
verses,
smile.
but my hundred degrees.
They counted down the days to welcome their daughter. On the day of birth, Rumi endured labor in Jinu's arms.
But my hundred degrees.
A baby's cry echoed as their child was born. Tears and smiles blended together in the room.
But my hundred degrees.
Their small family officially began at that moment. On long nights, Jinu stayed awake to change diapers and rock the baby to sleep.
But my hundred degrees.
Rumi sat nearby, her eyes tenderly watching her husband and baby. The sound of baby laughter filled the home with peace. Happiness seemed like it would last forever.
But my hundred degrees.
One day, Jinu went on a business trip by car.
Drive safe, Jinu.
On the way, a major accident suddenly occurred.
But my hundred degrees.
The bridge collapsed, and many cars fell into the rushing waters. The news reached Rumi and left her stunned. She clutched her daughter, her heart aching, crying in despair.
I hope you're safe, Jinu.
That night, as she wept by the window, the stray cat from before appeared.
Like 3 different points. Brilliant.
Its eyes glowed like the tiny stars. Rumi followed it to the riverbank where the accident had occurred.
Can you find Jinu, kitty?
The cat stood on a rock, its light shining down on a hidden crevice. The rescue team followed and found Jinu trapped inside his car. He was still alive, bravely holding on in the rushing waters. When Jinu was brought up, Rumi rushed to hug him in tears.
You're safe, Jinu.
The mystical cat vanished into the night after fulfilling its mission. People whispered about a miracle that had saved the little family.
Oh my god, that was a miracle.